started cooking when I understood that that was my creative outlet, both creatively as far as being able to create a dish and then also putting it on a plate. So as far as being able to meld flavors and techniques, that was my art, and I learned, and I mean, they don't call it culinary arts for no reason, but you know, it's one thing when they call it that, another thing when it kind of clicks inside of you and said, this is my outlet, this is my art. And so that's essentially it.
Awesome. And yeah, I shared one of your photos in the event. It was beautifully plated stuff.
Thank you.
Everything was good.
Yeah, people eat with their eyes, and so if you entice them with how visually appealing something looks, then it already tastes good to them in their mind, you know?
And I saw you do a lot of fusion and mixing of things, like, you know,
For sure.
Can you share a little bit about
that? Yeah, that's essentially what sophisticated comfort food is for me. You know, I don't like the dainty, pretentious stuff. I want you to feel full and feel good when after you've eaten my food, but it's also taking things that are familiar and nostalgic and giving you a dish that is refined.
Do you feed any like vegetarians or especially?
Yeah, absolutely. What's cool with vegan, particularly in this season now, squashes are really cool right now in this season and fall. So like a spaghetti squash taco bowl, a vegan spaghetti squash. So you can roast split a spaghetti squash in half, roast it, and then once it's done roasting, you kind of scoop it up and it gives you the texture of spaghetti. And then you can put things like rice and beans and lettuce and tomatoes in there. And now that you have a vegetarian taco bowl, that's really fulfilling. That's really, really fulfilling. So yeah, those are kind of fairly simple things, you know, to do that are fulfilling but also vegan. So right now I'm cooking for the Miami Heat's Hassan Whiteside. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's a starting center for the Heat and his private chef. So I take care of his lunch, dinner, breakfast, pregame snacks, meals, all that stuff.
Cool. Are you a health conscious chef, or is it mainly about curating what the client wants? That's a great question.
Yeah, it's definitely about curating what the client wants. It depends, and obviously I'm not going to smother everything in bacon or in butter or whatever, because there's balance, right? But it depends on the client. Again, like the client I have now, very health conscious. He's concerned about his diet, about his body fat, but he also wants really good food. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge to be able to create really great, healthy meals for him, but also good tasting, good flavorful meals. But then some folks just want comfort food and they don't care, they'll figure out their own diet.
Okay. And where did you get that name? Is there any
So that's actually, it goes back to my retail world. Back in the day when I used to run retail stores, my team, I used to be called upon to like go and renovate stores. So we would go and turn the store, you know, flip it around, whether it be their sales staff or their merchandising and all that stuff. So some of my coworkers would be funny and say, hey, Killer's coming, because I would come and turn the store around. So then when I transitioned into cooking, you know, we just kind of did the whole kitchen killer thing. So that's essentially it.
Awesome. If you had access to a time machine, where would you go and why?
Whoa.
Switch it.
Wow, a time machine. You know, I'm an 80s baby, and I really, you know, I have those fond feelings of the 80s, and I want to go back to the 80s and go to a Luther Vandross concert and go see Whitney Houston live, and you know, just kind of chill and eat and figure out what was popping in somebody's kitchen in the 80s.
Get those plastic bracelets.
Yeah, all of that.